Hi everyone, it's Tammy Mastroberte with Elevated Existence. Today I'm talking to you about how to start a dialogue with the universe. What do I mean about that? Basically, when we are constantly communicating with the universe, right? We're constantly talking to the universe through our thoughts, through our emotions, through our beliefs. We're in constant communication. And the universe is in constant communication back with us. It's just that we don't realize it. We don't always recognize it. And that's why I teach, and I'm so passionate about signs and synchronicities and opening up to signs and synchronicities, because the universe is creating this dialogue with you. You just don't realize it. And I want you to sort of open up to it. Well, one of the easiest ways to start this process, and again, as I said, we're constantly communicating with it. We're not always getting that communication back. So the best way I have found to sort of start and jumpstart the process, and something that worked for me years ago when I first started doing it, is working with tarot or oracle cards. Now, many of you may think, oh, if you're brand new to it, like tarot is scary, and how am I supposed to know what all of it means? And there's so many cards, and how do I find the right book to explain it to me? So I always say to people, start with oracle cards, because oracle cards are really a great beginner way. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been doing tarot and oracle for years, and I still use oracle cards all the time. I love them. But I think it's a great way for you to sort of start opening up to what the universe has to say back to you and asking direct questions about it. So there's so many oracle card decks out there, and you can find one that resonates with you through your favorite author or just searching online. There's oracle card decks for angels. There's oracle card decks that communicating with the other side. There's so many different ones. I have used many, and I still love to get new ones and try them out as well. One of the ones that I direct people to a lot, and I'll tell you why, is this deck called Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. She actually has a brand new deck out as well called Mystical Shaman, and I'm looking forward to trying that out. But I direct people to start with this deck, and I love a lot of her decks, Colette. But the reason I make people start with this deck is because it comes with a guidebook. And within that guidebook, you actually can look up and find the meaning of each card under different categories. So there's an overall meaning to the card, and then there's a meaning to the card if you're asking about relationships, and then there's a meaning to the card if you're asking about anything to do with work or prosperity. And then she also does something called the protection position. So if you pull the card and it's reversed, there's a protection message. And I like the fact that she breaks it out, because I think when you're first starting, sometimes you'll pull a card and you'll read the meaning in the guidebook and you'll say, okay, how does this apply to my situation? And the fact that she breaks it down under, if you're asking about relationships or you're asking about prosperity, is it sort of zooms in on that particular message. So it gives you a little bit more of a direct connection. So I recommend people use this. I use this all the time, and I recommend it. I use it in the membership group that I have, the Elevated Existence membership. A lot of times when I do the monthly group reading, I will use these cards for that month. So I highly recommend starting that way. All you have to do is pull one card. You don't have to get, oh, well, I don't know, do I do past, present, and future? Is it the beginning? I just want you to sort of start the process if you've never done it before. So you can literally pull one card. What I do is I shuffle the cards, and I will ask a specific question. And I always call in my angels, my guides, loved ones on the other side, and all those in my soul community, only those of the highest vibration, to help me with this specific reading. And then I'll ask questions like, what will be the result of me doing X? So show me the result of what will happen if I do X, Y, and Z. I'll also ask, what do I need to know about X, Y, and Z that I don't know now, but if I did would help me? That's another question. I'll shuffle and think that, and then I'll pull a card. Also, what is the next best step for me to take regarding X, Y, and Z? And these are the types of ways that you can sort of ask a question to the universe and get an immediate answer. And you will be so surprised once you start doing this on a regular basis that it really does match up with what you most need to know at that moment, or maybe something that you don't realize that maybe you need to be aware of that will then help you deal with that situation or deal with that struggle. It's a tool that's available to everyone. You do not have to have psychic experience. You do not have to be a medium. Anybody can use it, and the more you get familiar and comfortable with it, the more it will feel authentic to you. The more you will realize, wow, this really is giving me answers. It really is helping me. And it's just a tool that's available, and I want everybody to try it. So again, you can just pull the one card, you can pull 2 cards, you can pull 3 cards, whatever you feel you want to know about, but just to start, just to sort of get going with that, yes, I realize I'm sending my thoughts and beliefs out to the universe, but I'm not getting any answers back. I'm not familiar with how the universe is speaking to me. I've actually pulled a card that told me a sign was coming. And so that right away is like, okay, now I'm going to open up to something synchronistic is going to happen in my life, and I'll know that that's my answer. So there's so many different things that you can ask about and that you can open up that dialogue with. But I want you guys to just start and try out oracle cards if you've never done them. If you have done them, continue and maybe graduate to tarot cards. I love tarot cards. I use the Rider-Waite tarot deck. And so that's another option as well. But it's available to us, and it's a way that the universe, spirit, our loved ones on the other side can get through to us. So I want you to try it. Let me know what happens. A lot of times doing that reading will direct you to something that maybe a sign was coming and you weren't aware of. So try it and let me know what happens. I wish you luck. You can try any oracle deck, but again, I love Colette Baron-Reid and I love her wisdom of the oracle deck. And I wish you well on your path, and I will see you next time.